Ancient warning echoed across galaxies. Never go to Earth alone. But one alien didn't listen, cocky, curious, and craving a taste of Earth's famous pleasures. He came for adventure and hot Earth girls. What he found was a planet that smiles while it sharpens the knife, a world that seduces before it strikes, and a species that doesn't fear invaders. It flirts with them, breaks them, and then turns them into something else. But why is he now begging to go home? Or is he? Because something inside him wants to go back, wants more. Even if it kills him, and what he brings back with him could doom us all. Welcome to Humanity Prime HFY, the channel where humanity doesn't just survive, we dominate. I'm your story narrator, just a regular guy with a mic, and today, I'll be voicing a tale of desire, danger, and dark seduction. So, grab your gear, boys, because this story starts with a warning. Let's begin. The warning was older than any star map. Never go to Earth alone. But Zorlax didn't care. He was a scout, a proud explorer of the galactic order. And honestly, he thought Earth was a joke. One little blue ball with primitive bipeds and too many war movies? Please. He didn't even file a landing request, didn't ask for backup, didn't pack weapons. He just packed protection. After all, the stories said human females were soft, wild, and dangerously curious. Sounded fun. So he dropped through Earth's clouds in stealth mode and landed in the middle of nowhere, somewhere hot, dry, and full of neon lights. Nevada. He scanned his surroundings. Endless desert. One gas station, and a blinking sign that said, "Next show at 9 p.m. This planet was weird, and kinda horny. Perfect. He took form. Tall, rugged, with a bad boy leather jacket he'd copied from human internet archives. One look in the mirror and he smirked. Ladies of Earth, Daddy's home. He strutted into the gas station and saw her. Tall, blonde, tight red tank top, bubblegum in her mouth. She looked up and smiled. New in town? She asked, slowly biting her gum. Her voice melted into his audio receptors. He tried not to purr. Passing through, he replied, deepening his fake voice. She leaned forward. Well, don't go too fast. Some things here are worth slowing down for. Her eyes scanned him like scanners back home. And something about the way she stared made him feel undressed. He turned, grabbed a bottle of something fizzy from the fridge, and acted cool. She giggled. That drink's for humans, sugar. Might be too strong for alien blood. He froze. She winked. Pop went the gum. Before he could reply, a man walked in behind him. Big, bald, quiet. The girl's face changed, smile gone, shoulders stiff. Zorlax sensed it immediately. The energy. Jifty Ushur. He walked out casually, trying not to look back, but in the corner of the window's reflection, the man was still staring. Back outside, his scanner beeped. Low frequencies, whispers, dozens of them, around him, watching. But he saw no one. His ship was parked 2 miles out in the dunes. He walked, slowly. The sun had set, but the heat wasn't gone. As he walked past a worn-down diner, he heard laughter, music, a crowd. He stepped inside. Red lights, poles, stages, and skin. Lots of skin. Welcome to Area T's 1. He smiled. Now this was Earth culture. He took a seat at the bar, ordered something brown in a glass. Didn't know what it was, didn't care. Then, she appeared. Her black hair, leather heels, a body so well-engineered, it had to be illegal. She walked toward him slowly, hips like waves. Every man in the room turned. Every eye followed. But she chose him, sat in his lap without asking. "You're not from around here," she whispered, lips close to his neck. He stayed cool. "Just visiting," she giggled. "I love visitors. They're always so curious." Her nails slid across his chest. He felt his skin modules heating up. Suddenly, his translator glitched. Her words became static, then robotic. He blinked. Behind her, a man stared. Same man from the gas station. Another glitch. Her face flickered for a split second. Not human. He blinked again. Back to normal. "Something wrong, sugar?" she asked, lips now dangerously close. His heart rate spiked. He stood up. "I need some air," she pouted. "Running already? That's no fun." He stepped outside into the night, chest pounding. He looked back at the building, but the neon lights were gone. So was the music. So was the door. Just sand. No trace of a club. No trace of her. Nothing. The wind howled around him, cold now. He turned and saw 5 figures in the distance, all female, all still, waiting, smiling, watching. He blinked. Gone. He turned back toward his ship, and standing between him and his escape was her. The same woman. Same black hair, same red lips, but this time, her eyes glowed blue. She took a step forward. "Leaving already? But baby, we haven't even gotten to the fun part yet." Zorlax stood frozen. The woman's glowing blue eyes didn't blink. Her lips curled into a slow, wicked smile, and her voice dripped honey and poison at the same time. "You're not the first to come here alone, but you might be the first I keep." He backed up slowly, sand crunching under his boots. His alien skin was overheating, not from fear, but from something else. Her body glowed slightly now, faint electric pulses down her arms and hips. His scanner buzzed. Unknown energy. Biomagnetic. Possibly. Arousing. What the hell kind of planet was this? He forced a smile, trying to keep his cool. "I appreciate the hospitality," he said, "but I really must return to my ship." She tilted her head. Playful. Dangerous. Aw, running away after just one dance? Where's that brave alien tongue now? She took a step closer. Her legs weren't moving like normal humans. They floated, barely touching the ground. She was levitating, sexy and terrifying. Then she spoke again, but this time in perfect Zorlaxian. "You don't know what Earth really is, do you?" His heart dropped. She wasn't just reading him. She knew him. His planet, his species, even his language. He turned and bolted into the night. The sand shifted under his feet. The wind grew louder. His ship was close. He could see the blinking blue light on the ridge. Almost there. Then, slam. He crashed into something soft, but firm. He looked up. Another woman. Different face, same glow. She licked her lips slowly. "You smell off-world. I like that." He backed away fast. Suddenly, 2 more women stepped out from behind rocks, tall, perfect, smiling. Zorlax cursed. He looked up. His ship's hatch opened automatically. "Emergency override! Zorlax 1, launch mode!" he shouted. The women didn't follow. They just laughed, a soft, echoing laugh that didn't sound human anymore. He made it inside, slammed the hatch, and launched the ship upward. The desert fell away beneath him. He sat there, panting, sweating. Safe, or so he thought. Until the lights flickered, then dimmed, then turned blood red. System breach detected. He stood up fast. "What? No, that's impossible!" The control panel glitched, and suddenly, She was on the screen. The black-haired woman, her glowing eyes now inside his ship's system. "Ah, you made me chase you. I love a guy who plays hard to get." He slammed buttons, rebooted systems. Nothing. She giggled. "You came here for human fun, didn't you? Well, baby, you're not going home empty-handed." The ship jerked violently. Zorlax was thrown to the floor. A compartment opened. Gas, purple, sweet-smelling. "Welcome to Earth, sweetheart," her voice whispered. "Let's make you feel human." His vision blurred. The last thing he saw was her walking toward him. Not on a screen, in real, inside the ship. Naked, smiling, glowing, and whispering. Lesson 1. Earth girls always finish on top. He woke up slowly. His vision flickered, not because of injury, but because his eyes were updating. Neurological sync, 48%, progressing. He tried to move, couldn't. His wrists were strapped down. Not metal, not rope. Something soft, but strong, like vines made of silk and steel. He looked around, not the ship anymore. A red room, smooth walls, pulsing lights, like the inside of a living thing, or worse, a pleasure trap. Suddenly, her voice echoed. "Good morning, sleepyhead. Ready for class?" He turned. She was standing there. No armor, no weapons, just skin, smooth, glowing faintly, and a grin that said she was about to enjoy every second of this. Where am I?" Zorlax managed. She leaned close. Her breath smelled like something illegal. "Inside your own ship. Sort of. Let's call it upgraded. We just installed a few human-friendly features." His scanner was gone. His translator fused into his skin, and his thoughts scrambled. He wasn't sure if she was talking or if he was hearing her inside his head. She straddled him slowly, sat on his chest like she owned the place. "Why are you doing this?" he asked. Her smile widened. "Because, darling, every alien thinks they can visit Earth, take a few samples, flirt with our girls, and fly away untouched." She leaned in closer. But Earth touches back. She dragged a finger down his chest. His body twitched. Every nerve fired off like plasma bolts. His alien resistance was crumbling fast. Then her voice got colder. "You think this is just sex, Explorer? You think you're being seduced?" She leaned into his ear. "No, sweetie. You're being overwritten." A jolt shot through his body. He gasped. Pain, pleasure, heat, memories not his. He saw flashes. Earth's wars, women, lies, strip clubs, laughter, heartbreak, and lipstick-stained wawu. Awnings carved into dead alien skulls. Never go to Earth alone. He finally understood. Earth wasn't just a planet. It was a trap wrapped in desire. And she, this woman, wasn't alone. She was part of something bigger. He whispered, trembling. "What are you?" She smiled, touched his lips. "We're humanity, baby. The real kind, not the kind they show in movies. We don't build spaceships, we build you." Another jolt. His skin changed color, slightly pinker now. She laughed. "See? You're already looking more familiar." He pulled against the restraints. One snapped. She raised an eyebrow. "Ooh, feisty. I like that." He sat up halfway, panting. "You won't win." She ran a hand down his thigh. "Win? Oh, sweetheart, I already am." She leaned in. He closed his eyes. Then, boom! The ship shook violently. Red sirens, emergency alarms. Autopilot had been hijacked again. But by who? The woman stood, annoyed. "Ugh, company." She flicked her hand, vanished into smoke. The restraints released. Zorlax fell to the ground, breathing hard. Outside, something was landing. Another ship. but not from Earth. Galactic markings, council grade, reinforcements, or another trap. He stood, body aching, still twitching with strange new instincts, and one question pounding in his skull: was he still Sorlax, or was he becoming something else? The ship outside landed with a metallic hiss. Sorlax crawled toward the window. Council markings, but not his kind. It was a Varnex-class hunter, sleek, black, and too fast for patrol duty. That meant one thing: extraction or execution. He pressed a hand to the wall to steady himself, and shivered. The wall pulsed, warm, like flesh, still alive. This wasn't just a ship anymore. It was growing, adapting, like him. His reflection on the wall flickered. His eyes, they weren't the same. One was glowing faintly, blue, like hers. Before he could process, a voice buzzed into his ear. Rough, digital, male. Scout, Zorlax 1, you are in breach of solo contact protocol. Identify status immediately. He hesitated. Couldn't respond. Didn't trust his voice. Another buzz. Are you infected? He laughed bitterly. Infected? He wasn't sure if he'd been seduced, brainwashed, upgraded, or just turned on way too hard. But something inside him had changed, and it liked it. The hatch opened with a sharp hiss. 2 armored agents entered, tall, cold, perfect posture. He raised his hands. One scanned him. Beep, beep, error. Bio readings unstable. Species match, partial. They raised a containment gun. Hold on, Zorlax said, backing up. I'm still me. The second agent narrowed his eyes. Then why do you smell like human perfume? Before he could answer, she appeared again, but not as smoke. This time, on their side of the room, standing, glowing, dressed in human black leather. The 2 agents turned, weapons up. You're not cleared for council contact, one barked. She just smiled. You boys always so uptight. Or is it just the suits? Then she vanished, blinked like a glitch, and reappeared behind them. With one touch, their suits fried. Sparks flew. One agent screamed as red veins crawled up his neck. The other one dropped, twitchy. Finally, she turned to Zorlax. You brought guests. How rude. You didn't even clean up your room. He backed away. Stop doing this to me, he said. Get out of my head. She walked slowly toward him, hips swaying, eyes glowing. I'm not in your head, sugar. She pressed a finger to his chest. I'm in your heart, your nerves, your core. Another jolt of heat raced through him, but this time, he liked it. He stepped forward, tension in his body, not fear, but need. What do you want from me? He asked, voice rough. She leaned close. I want you to take me home. His eyes widened. What? Oh, come on. You came here alone, broke rules, ignored warnings, got a little frisky. She licked her lips. Now I want to turn. I want to see your world, touch your tech, maybe meet your council and show them what Earth girls are made of. Sorlax's head spun. You're crazy. She smiled. Crazy hot, maybe. Suddenly, she kissed him. Sharp, deep, electric. His knees buckled, and for just 1 second, he kissed her back. When he pulled away, he was gasping and smiling. His voice cracked. You're trouble, she winked. And you're not done wanting it yet. The ship's engines roared. Autopilot re-engaged. Coordinates locked. Destination, Galactic Council Core. Sorlax stared at the control panel. What did you do? She blew him a kiss. I packed my bags, baby. We're going on a first date. The ship surged forward, fast enough to bend space around them. Sorlax gripped the edge of the console. She sat cross-legged on the control table, completely unbothered, like she'd done this 1,000 times. So, what do your bosses wear? Robes? Uniforms? Or are they the stiff suit and no-smile types? He glared at her. You have no idea what you've started. She raised an eyebrow. Oh, sweetheart, I am what started this. He looked away, tried to shut her out, tried to focus, but her scent was in the air, sweet, electric, addictive, and her voice echoed in places it shouldn't. You brought me aboard. You let me touch your mind. Now I just want to meet your friends. The ship's AI pinged. Approaching Intergalactic Council perimeter. Stand by for protocol scan. She hopped off the console, adjusted her hair. No armor, no disguise, just skin-tight black and a grin that could start wars. He growled, "If they scan you, they'll destroy this ship." "Only if they know I'm dangerous," she whispered, "which I totally am." He tried to activate emergency lockdown, but the panel was wet. He looked closer. It was pulsing, like veins. "Oh, right," she said sweetly. "I may have upgraded your ship to feel things." The AI buzzed again. Biological anomaly detected on board. Scanning, scanning. Red lights flashed. Unknown entity, DNA part human, part something else. Xorlax turned to her. "What are you?" She walked toward him slowly. "I'm what happens when you land on Earth thinking it's just for fun. I'm what your council's been hiding. I'm the reason they say, never go to Earth alone." He opened his mouth to shout, to warn the council, but she was already there. Fingers on his lips. "Shh, don't ruin the surprise." The ship jerked, hard. A beam of light cut through the hull, the council's boarding team. The door began to melt under, or the pressure field. Xorlax grabbed a plasma blade. "Stay back! I swear I'll—" She raised her hands, mock innocent. "Oh, honey, do you really think they'll shoot you?" He hesitated. "What? You've been touched." She stepped closer, brushing her hand over his chest. "Changed." He backed away. "No, I fought it. She purred. "Fought it? Baby, you moaned when I kissed your processor core." He flushed. The door burst open. 3 council agents stormed in, weapons ready, one pointed directly at Xorlax. "Identify yourself, now!" Xorlax opened his mouth, but the words wouldn't come. Because in that moment, he wasn't sure who he was anymore. His skin was glowing, faint blue. His heartbeat matched hers. One agent shouted, "Step away from the human!" She laughed. "Oh, honey, I'm not human." She snapped her fingers. The lights dimmed. The ship's AI turned off. The floor pulsed under everyone's feet. The agents looked down, confused. One slipped, skin sizzling. Too late. She had hacked the entire room. Through the ship, through him. Xorlax dropped the blade and whispered, "What did you do to me?" She smiled sweetly. "I didn't do anything, baby." She leaned close, lips brushing his ear. "You wanted it." Xorlax stood in the flickering red light, surrounded by chaos and arousal. The council agents were down, not dead, but different. Their suits had melted into their bodies. Their eyes glowed faint blue, just like his. They weren't resisting her anymore. They were staring at her like she was their queen. She walked slowly around them, hips swaying, smirking. "See? Your kind always comes in thinking they'll arrest me, study me, maybe even contain me." She ran a hand across one agent's cheek. He shivered. "But by the time you boys finish scanning me..." She turned to Xorlax. "You want me?" He looked down at his own hands. His skin wasn't skin anymore. His fingers were glowing slightly, blue veins just under the surface. He was changing, slowly, willingly, and worse. It felt good. "You said you wanted to visit Earth," she whispered, walking toward him again. "But Earth visited you." She leaned into him, lips almost touching. And now, I'm taking a little piece of Earth with me. He stepped back, dazed. No, this isn't right, she giggled. Right? Wrong? Baby, we passed that line when I wrapped myself around your neural cortex. Suddenly, alarms blasted through the ship. AI voice. Warning. Unknown signal broadcasting from host. Council lockdown activated. He screamed. His head was on fire. A signal was burning through him. She leaned in again, calmly, smiling. Oops. Looks like they just detected your new hardware. He fell to his knees. The agents behind her began laughing, soft at first, then louder. Not their normal laugh. Her laugh. She was inside them too. All of them. He was the transmitter. He'd brought her out of Earth. And now, she was using him to broadcast back to the stars. She knelt beside him, placed her hand on his chest. Don't fight it, baby. You already moaned when I upgraded your nervous system. She leaned in close. Didn't it feel better when you stopped pretending to be in control? His body trembled, sweat rolled down his temple, and somewhere deep inside, he wanted more. He opened his mouth and spoke in her voice. Earth is open for business. She stood up, hands on her hips. Attaboy. Behind her, the ship's main screen blinked to life. Galactic Council frequency, suddenly hijacked. On the screen, her face, her smile, her voice. To everyone watching, this is your warning. Don't come to Earth alone. She looked back at Zorlax. Unless you're into that kind of thing. The broadcast reached across galaxies. Millions of ships, satellites, and minds heard the signal. Don't come to Earth alone. But it wasn't a warning anymore. It was an invitation, and she was the host. On board the ship, Zorlax stood still, breathing heavy, his voice no longer just his own. His heartbeat synced with hers, and his blood carried something ancient, something human, but twisted through desire and danger. The Council fleet scrambled. Ships approached fast, blasters locked, ready to terminate. Inside the command bridge, agents argued. He's infected. Terminate the vessel. No, he might still be recoverable. Recoverable? Another agent laughed, eyes glowing. I feel amazing. One by one, the agents Zorlax had brought with him began smiling. She walked past them slowly, calm, confident. Black heels clicking, hips swaying, power glowing around her. She leaned into the main comm panel. You boys really thought Earth was weak, soft, full of easy women and bad food. She licked her lips. But Earth makes kings beg. A silence followed. Then she looked at Zorlax. Ready, baby? He nodded, slowly. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to. The ship pulsed. Walls shifted. It wasn't a vessel anymore. It was an organism, half machine, half flesh, powered by lust, fear, and the truth about Earth. She extended her hand toward him. Let's show them what happens when you tease the wrong species. He took her hand. Their fingers fused, glowed. The lights on the ship turned white hot. Energy burst out. In the Council command bridge, screens exploded. Every member stared at the final message blinking in red. Earth has evolved. And she's not alone anymore. One by one, planetary systems across the galaxy lost contact. Ships vanished. Scouts never returned. Because Earth's touch had already spread. She had sent her message. But Zorlax was now her carrier. And he was smiling. Let's visit another planet, he said. She purred. You read my mind. The ship disappeared into slipspace, leaving behind only a faint echo. A whisper in space. Next time, bring protection. The end.